Sounded like the voice of Sarah Winkless there. Henley Stewart.
Attention!
We'll see.
Go!
Both crews are away there. Molesey Boat Club there on screen. The women's for one of the new events to the program last year.
Newly named the Town Challenge Cup at a special ceremony by Sir Steve back in June. And I know he's very passionate about these three events and their introduction into the wider regatta system, and Molesey and Leander, two fine ambassadors to take this forward. But actually Leander upsetting the form books at the top of the island because Molesey beat them at the Henley Women's Regatta. Leander leading them at this stage.
Leander having a warning there from the umpire just to watch their steering. So we've seen the fours this afternoon. We saw the Britannia, which had the coxswain in the bow seat. Of course, this is an uncoxed four, so it's a coxless four. So that one of the athletes will have the steering on their foot and will be responsible for steering down the course. So we've seen in the Y folds, particularly some crews come afoul on the booms. It all seems to be in control here with these two crews.
I think Molesey might have just checked that early Leander impetus. There was a little call there from the girl in the 3 seat. And just looking at that picture, actually, maybe I'm being deceived by the camera angle. Leander still with about half a length and looking strong, quite dynamic on that, on the top of your picture there. Of course, we don't need to wax lyrical about how well coached these two crews are. 8 phenomenal athletes. And I imagine with these crews, it's a stepping stone on into the GB senior teams. Katie Bartlett in the Molesey crew, the only one on board with senior international, rather under 23 and junior international experience. So she knows what she's doing. But at the moment, Leander, probably I'd say they're in control here.
Yeah, it looks like things are starting to even out here a little bit. Molesey, one of the top crews, one of the top hopes for their club to take this trophy. And what a year to do it, the first year that the trophies existed, only the second year of the event. Quite pertinent now that the women's four is an Olympic event once again. It's been reintroduced for Tokyo 2020. Shot there of the Leander crew. Rachel Heap in the stroke seat. This is her third Henley Royal Regatta. She's raced twice as a junior. She also competed at the Junior World Championships in the pair in 2017.
You just hear the support there for both crews as they were coming past. Remenham Farm was staggering the noise. And at such a tight race at this stage, I imagine there will be quite a lot of vocal support as the crews make their way down the course. But I think you're right there, Sarah. This one just evening itself out. And we should be in for a pretty exciting second half. Just look at Leander there. Not quite as dynamic as they were in the opening 500 metres, I don't think. Looking a little bit leggy. Just a little bit, paying a little bit for that fast start. Molesey, you take some comfort in that and know that they are definitely still in this race.
I spoke to Molesey Boat Club head coach Phil Beginion the other day. He's an Australian and he was pretty happy with how these women were going. Certainly, in his opinion, one of the prospects for the regatta for the club. Had some good early races, but it looks like they're just addressing their steering there, so they'll just need to straighten up and ensure that they're not costing themselves too much with those steering corrections.
Yeah, this Molesey crew is certainly a strong hope for their club, winning championship coxless fours at Henley Women's Regatta in pretty emphatic style and actually beating this Leander crew on the way. And here we go, we can see Molesey just turned on the gas a little bit, gone up a gear, and just stretching out a little bit, trying to break clear of concerted Leander efforts.
Wow, that was a massive turn of speed. That, I mean, to fully explain the change of speed that we just saw there, for the crew to go from basically half a length down in only 20 or 30 strokes to being now a length up. I mean, that was huge. That was a decisive move, and potentially they've shut this race down.
Substantial, and shows a lot of maturity to actually be able to sit half a length down on Leander and understand the dynamic and the complexion of the race, and then be able to say, right, this is where we're making our move. This is where we're going to shut this race down as a contest, and we're just going to move away nice and calmly, nice and casually, and we're not going to let Leander back in. And here we go. We can see the shot of Leander there. I think they're going to pay for their fast start. Molesey just moving out to a length.
See the 2 seed in the Leander crew looking across. Chloe Laverack. Normally the person in the 2 seat in these boats, as we said, no coxswain on board, so normally it'd be the person in the 2 seat that would be doing the calling for the crew to ensure that the stroke person can hear. It becomes a pretty difficult task as you're getting to this point. I always used to call in my crews, and certainly at this point in the race, life's getting a bit tough as it starts to, you really start feeling the pinch, and breathing, let alone calling, starts to become very, very difficult.
At the end of the day, Molesey know that 2 weeks ago when they raced together at Henley Women's Regatta, they were quicker than this Leander crew. So they will have been worried to have been led out of the blocks. So it takes quite a lot of clarity of thought to be able to then respond to that and actually say, you know what, we know we're a faster unit than this Leander crew, and we're just going to have the composure to just move away, stroke by stroke. And they're doing that here, although they haven't actually managed to break free yet. I think Molesey, looking at the 2 crews there, look for more in control.
Cool. We just hear the umpire there calling for Molesey to adjust their steering. They've just drifted into the centre of the course, washing down the Leander crew a little bit, but they've heeded the umpire's warning and moved back into their station.
Drifting across again there, playing a bit of a dangerous game. They're certainly not far enough ahead to justify moving into Leander's water. Need to be very careful. We've already seen a few crews come a cropper with wayward steering.
As we come down towards the finishing line here, past the enclosure. That move that Molesey made in the middle of the course was incredibly decisive. Would have taken a lot of energy. Leander had a response, I think, that there wouldn't have been really anywhere for Molesey to go, but they took their advantage when they had the chance, and it's paid off, taking this round of the Town Challenge Cup by just over half a length over Leander Club.